Checkpoint Church, church for nerds, geeks, and gamers. Playing a game that is not so church-friendly today, but that's okay. I'm here for it anyway. If you haven't learned this by now, folks, I am unafraid to play the more risque games. I'm okay with it. We're going to start a game called Slay the Princess. This is a game that's been on my radar for a little while. I've been excited about it. I feel like I remember the demo coming out for it, or maybe even some devs being featured on like a podcast or something. And so I've kind of kept it in my periphery. And then Perry mentioned it the other day as like a game that is supposedly doing pretty well. So I've been doing my due diligence there as well and finding out that yes, this is a game that is doing quite well. It is a pencil-drawn visual novel point-and-click kind of adventure in which something is going on with this princess. We've been tasked, obviously, to slay the princess, but she is either going to try to talk us out of it, or worse, or some other things are going to happen. This is a spooky game. This is a horror game. Slay the Princess. Looks like it is a windowed game. That's a bummer. Black Tabby Games is a horror game. It is not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website, blacktabbygames.com, if you need a list of full content warnings. Slay the Princess contains flickering images effects as well as a parallax effect that on rare occasions has caused motion sickness. If either of these, you can disable them. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Let's see if it looks like it's not auto, so we're gonna try and just pull this up. Let me know if the volume is not cool. Cool? The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods.
Ooh, voice acting.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Oh. The end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Wow, there's a lot of options. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted off a monarch. Viva la revolution. Silently continue, turn around, and leave. Holy smokes. Have you considered, I like this one, have you considered that the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Let's see. Oh. More exploration is ahead if I want it. Do I get some sort of reward? Can't someone else do it? Okay, let's just move on. Is this like sarcastic? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's
Okay,
all part
it's
of the
not.
job.
Off we go.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further.
Okay.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop
parallax
you from
effect?
slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Don't believe her lies.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not
Wait, the voice of the
slay them.
hero versus the narrator? Interesting.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking
They're the
about.
same voice. Is that intentional? What's happened to my eye here? Proceed into the cabin. Got no choice. That's what we do.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
There's a
The
knife.
air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Okay.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade, enter the basement. Of course we're going to take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without
We're going
it.
to follow the rules the first time. Into the basement. Into the thick of it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient
Grandmother's
wood.
house.
If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Time to hear the princess.
Who's there?
Oh, not the voice I expected.
She sounds dangerous.
She does. She sounds much more dangerous than I expected.
Charge down here.
I thought she was going to put on an innocent act at first.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi, just checking in. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. I like it. Let's be blunt.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Okay.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise.
What was I going to surprise her
luck,
for? She's
hero.
locked up in the basement.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes
princess.
with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really
Yeah,
a threat
that's
to the
fine.
world?
I have to move the camera for like every stream. Let's try. I haven't seen anything over here. I'm going to tell myself this is an okay spot. We're just going to hope. I do need to get it centered. I don't like how there's a little purple side, but it's going to be okay.
Focus on the task at hand.
I like how it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth between my voice and the narrator's voice, but they're the same. I want to know if that's
kidding
intentional.
when you said you were here to kill me.
Why is her text going to be up there? Now I feel like I got to move the chat. Oh my goodness! Back and forth. Oh my goodness. Why? It doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this way. You see chat box. No! Why is that not the chat box? Why? Why? I want to move chat box. Nice. I guess, hopefully that's where the choices are. Okay, here we go. This is what we're doing. That's where the chat is. Somebody type a real long message, Perry. Let me make sure that that's okay. Type the longest message that you can. Aha. Perfect. Is that going to mess up with the text? I bet it is. Dude. All right, hopefully that works. It's Checkpoint. What's up, Saint Bear? We're playing a real dark game today. Hope you're in for it. Hope you're good. Good to see you. You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me. That's what I'm here for. What? No way? Why would you even think that? Yeah, it wasn't a joke. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Steal your nerves and step forward. Yeah, wasn't a joke.
I know.
Oh,
You
come
brought a
on.
knife with you and everything.
I'm sorry
But
if you
don't
can't read it.
have
I'm
to
very
try
sorry.
And kill me.
I'm not going to
You
keep
could
moving.
always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
You can see most of her text. We get out in like a week. Yes, we are. I can't wait.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked?
I'm here to slay the princess. I'm going to slay the princess.
Don't you dare.
I'm doing it. No,
It's fine.
I'm not doing that.
We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
It says you. Tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling.
We're
in
killing
your
the princess
hands
the first time.
and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me?
No, I'm not.
Because
I'm very
you
bold.
should be.
I'm not. I'm very bold. I'm a big
You
boy.
step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine.
I think
What
I could put
even
my
makes you
camera
think
over
you can
here,
kill
and then I
me?
can do the text down there. Oh my goodness, this is such a bother. What a bother. I haven't seen anything over here at this point. I know the choices sometimes are. I feel like let's just shrink. Hope that's enough. You guys, we're figuring it out. We're doing our best. We're doing our best here. Doing our best.
I'm probably chained
Yeah,
up in
Saint
this
Bear, we're
basement for a
playing
reason,
a spooky
right?
game for spooky
And
season.
if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it.
I'm fine.
Best
I'm gonna
not
get
risk
close.
finding out what I can do.
I'm gonna slay the princess. That's what I'm here for.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Let's do it. What if she isn't bluffing? Are you sure she's not armed? I'm sorry. Can we just talk? I'm not dropping the blade. Slay the princess. I do want to make sure she's not armed. That sounds like that sounds prudent.
I'm positive. I'm not. We'll keep our
Are
eyes
you?
peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the
I'm
knife?
not
and the
hesitating,
two of
I'm
us
checking
can
for
be
a weapon.
Civilized with each other.
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Okay, then I'll just slay. Slay queen. Squint at the princess while holding on to the blade. Am I squinting to look for a weapon? I mean, she pretty clearly doesn't have a weapon. My spooky game this month has been Dark Tide. This game seems more authentically spooky. Yeah, it's authentically spooky. I'm a squint.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
No. Squint even harder.
Squint even. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
Why do you get so quiet? Slay the princess!
Charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions
No!
proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck.
That's what I was trying to squint for.
Blood sprays from the
Ooh,
cut,
those
your
teeth.
severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly.
You died.
Before
Not yet.
You run out of time.
Finish the job.
With the last bit of
Yeah,
your will,
I did
you press
it.
forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's
How am I gonna
heart.
win?
Oh,
The two of you collapse on the floor together.
We died
rapidly
together.
bleeding out.
somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder,
Your eyes are so big.
do you really think
Your
that
teeth are
this
so sharp.
was enough to stop me?
I mean, yeah.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay. The razor.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
This all sounds familiar.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep
Why
it
is
that
he
way.
capitalized? Ooh.
This whole thing's a crock of shit.
Who's
She's just going
cheated?
to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Oh, man.
And you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
No.
Yeah,
She's
that's
not.
exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't. But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us.
That's not
to
exactly what happened. She
death.
just sliced us once.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons. So there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just
It
happened.
hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. Like I said, we've just met for the first time, you and I.
Wrong. Let's assume I'm telling the truth. All this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother with anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Okay, let's play
Let's
a
say for a
hypothetical.
moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Let's.
If you're back here, I'm assuming you died.
I
Which
did.
probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
I exactly listened to you.
We did exactly what you said.
Thank you, voice of the hero.
Sounds to me like you probably had some kind of elaborate nightmare. In which case, I shouldn't be held accountable for what supposedly happened. But congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything?
That's how I
If you're
asked it
asking
too.
that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess.
It is
the princess
definitely
stabbed us.
Stanley Parable.
Now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save ourselves and just get out of here.
At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize that everything and everyone includes you, right? If you turn around and leave, you're dooming yourself as well as everyone else. She just caught us by surprise last time. She can't do that twice. So long as we're careful, we can win this.
That's the spirit.
Just keep that stiff upper lip, and you'll save the world in no time at all.
Sure, let's talk about the princess this time. Let's
Just be quick
draw it out a
about
little bit. We killed each other last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen? All she did last time was stab me to death. How can someone like that into the world? Who locked her in the basement? Great
People
question.
locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
I don't want to overcomplicate. I would like to elucidate, perhaps.
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
Oh, you're stroking my
You're the
ego. I don't
only
believe you.
person capable of doing this.
I
Call
think
it
I just
a
drew the short
prophecy,
straw.
if that helps. But it's just the way things are. Oh. I didn't know
No,
you were
Hero!
special.
Hero, don't fall for it!
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
If anyone's special here, it's her. That was a nasty trick she pulled on us.
Let's see. You're being cagey.
I told you everything you need to know.
Oh,
Going into more
need to
detail,
know?
just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation. and
Complicate
make your
away, my
job
friend.
More difficult.
You didn't tell us about her knife last time, though.
That's because she's unarmed. And more than that, it's because there wasn't a last time. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
This time we know about the
Oh,
knife, so it'll
warning.
definitely be different.
Before you go any further, she will lie, she will cheat.
It couldn't
We've
be
heard
more
this.
on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just
we
stay
know that?
focused and you'll be fine.
What if she has a knife in the other sleeve, dude?
The interior
Oh.
of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered
Oh.
glass. The only
Okay.
furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Oh my goodness.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
This got messed up fast, huh? Didn't say anything about the
That's
mirror on the wall.
because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the
there's a
door to
mirror.
the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Definitely inscription vibes.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Can you two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in here without all of this extra noise.
I care. I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. I'm gonna. Do I need to say how handsome I am? I'm just gonna approach them.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward
got a
and
nasty
rub your
hand, huh?
hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
It does look like the wall.
But it was there a second ago.
Oh,
Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing
I was thinking
tricks on
werewolf.
us. I hate this.
lizard
place.
hand. This whole cabin is different.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you're.
He's starting to sway me. I'm
past
I'm
life
falling for
lessons.
it.
You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this. You take the blade from the table.
Feels
Heard
a bit
it.
better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her earn for what she's done to us.
The basement. Into the thick of it.
The door to the basement creaks
Oh, it
open,
looks so much
revealing
rougher.
what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood.
Blood.
You can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor.
Chains.
I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us.
That
Like she
wasn't what
doesn't
I was
even have to
thinking
put
she
on an act this time.
As you descend
Oh.
the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp
looks so
eyes
different.
following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody. Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe
It definitely
here.
has Disco Elysium vibes. I think the accent is what is giving that
Come
vibe.
on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that.
Whatever
threatening
part of the
edge to
UK
her
they're
voice.
from.
She just
It's
wants
the
us
exact
to get
same
close,
accent.
to let our guard down.
And the voices in the head, yeah.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
Well, you didn't give me an option to hide the knife.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Are we going to get a new voice every time we die? If I come close to me, you're just going to stab me, aren't you? Do you remember what happened last time? I know you have a knife. I'll let you get out of here if you drop it. I'd like to trust you, but you're being so suspicious. Can we just talk things through? I don't have the key. We killed each other last time. I'd rather not do that again. Look, I know that you're mad at me, but I think we both need to let bygones be bygones. What happened after you died last time? What if we're both honest with each other? I was sent here to stop you from ending the world. You slashed my throat. Nobody has to die. Okay, what are you going to do if I let you out? Okay, fine. I'm coming closer to free you. You'd better not try anything. Yeah, I'm not trusting this. Bye. Screw it. Slay the princess. Okay. I mean, I could always trick her. I could, like, say that I'll let her out and then slay her.
A knife? What are you talking
knife?
about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife?
In your sleeveys.
And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you.
Again, it was really
You
just
haven't
one
given
slice,
me a
not a
reason
stab
to
to
stab
death.
you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
You're being real specific.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death.
Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
Yes, she is. Prove it. Prove then. If I come close to you, do you remember what happened last time? I like to trust you, but you're being so sus.
That's so rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. How would you like it if I did that, huh? Silly little bird face thinks he's
Birdface?
so serious
I'm a bird?
coming down here but doesn't know anything. Thinks he can tell me to get rid of all the knives I don't even have while he gets to wave one around right in front of me.
No, I think it's a real voice
I bet
actor.
you didn't like that, did you? I bet you didn't like being judged for no reason.
I have
Bert.
absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her.
She certainly feels threatening.
Very.
Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually
Narrator,
do
you're
it.
delusional, dude.
But you know who is armed?
You. So stop second-guessing yourself and do your job.
But I'm nervous.
I am nervous.
All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Prove it. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. I guess I could try. I keep going with the tricker mechanic. Nah, let's just be honest.
That doesn't sound like me.
There you go again, talking up
The
delusions
rendering is
about
weird,
a
tree wants
past
cut
life
down.
experience that
It sounds
clearly
normal on my
didn't
end, but-
happen.
It could be coming through the Twitch stream.
Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth.
I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that loop back to the start. Someone else has to remember. right? Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
Prove it.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you, but I don't have one, so I can't.
The princess smiles as she
Doesn't have
pulls
sleeves
her
this time.
hands from behind her back.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too. Look at how few stabbing implements
Practically
I have.
zero.
It's practically
zero isn't zero.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her? We're clearly
I'm just
still
being
figuring out
thorough.
our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now?
Kinda.
You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk. And maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way.
Great point.
No, I have my dignity. Fine, and will continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
I'm gonna keep pushing the issue.
I've shown you all of my hiding spots. What kind of princess do you think I am? I would never hide something sharp somewhere secret.
You would exactly do that.
Wait, that sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually not. My secret zones are for me, only they have nothing
Okay, I wasn't
to do
getting
with
at that.
you or my intention to not stab you to death the second you get close to me.
Her smile drops for a moment, her expression sharp
Whoa.
and flat.
I assure you, there's nothing hidden there.
I'm inclined to believe her on that one. She seems serious. Of course, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have something hidden somewhere. We know for a fact she's armed.
Screw it. Let's give it a
The
shot.
princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room.
She's crazy, dude.
Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We
Yeah, I
just
don't
have to
think so.
strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second. But your focus is broken by
No!
the horrible sound of metal slicing through
I
meat.
tried so hard.
Whose meat? Not ours, right?
Definitely ours.
Hers at first, then yours.
Hehe.
How? What did she even hit us with? You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you
Behind
with.
me?
And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago. It's still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb. Bullshit.
I
Absolute
agree,
bullshit.
dude. I agree.
You're going to die now.
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that.
I didn't even
Everything goes down.
hurt her that time.
And you die.
Oh, chapter 3. Am I like falling into the trap? Is there like no way to
On a
ever do
path
anything
in the
different?
woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time.
We are
We're
somewhere different this
starting
time.
in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
Oh, we're getting control.
I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
No new person this round.
Nobody holds the cards. That's how it's always been. That's unfortunately how reality works. The circle's getting smaller and smaller.
Hunted.
Running
We do have a new
isn't
one.
an option anymore. We have to fight.
Ooh.
Good. It's better that
Stubborn?
without
What is happening?
And if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning.
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right?
That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched.
We take it.
Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's
I didn't
there.
even get to make that choice!
Difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
We will win eventually. Hell, we might even win now.
That one is like mastered really
That's
quietly.
a fighting
Stubborn is
spirit I
very
like to
hearable.
see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? But there
No
isn't
door.
a door. It's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a
Are
trick.
we the princess?
If our other senses can't
Is this
feel
whole
it, then
thing
we
happening in a
can't
mirror?
Trust it.
If it's in our way, let's just break it and move on.
You make
Approach
your
the
way
mirror.
to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
I care what we look like. I'm wiping it clean. Oh,
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before, and I care about it even less now.
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement
Oh,
stairs.
no steps.
They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
What's the hallway gonna look like this
Your
time?
body tumbles onto the basement
It's a
floor
cave
and the
now.
form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hey, princess.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time.
You
That's
do
part
remember.
of the fun.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down easy again.
Pride makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Very pragmatic.
Nothing
Cheetah.
bad
Me
has
and
come
you.
of it.
Yet. Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
The past isn't real. There's only
Then you
here
just leave her?
and
Maybe.
now.
Your internal
Whoa!
bickering is cut short by the
Okay.
wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's
Alrighty.
arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
I'm terrified.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
What are you?
Shit. She's coming for us, and I'm out of ideas.
We're gonna have to fight her again. We're gonna appeal to her authority. We're gonna unconditionally surrender. Let's try and trick her.
She isn't one to talk, and we shouldn't be either.
I agree. Talking is boring.
Well, this
We should
backfired.
just get back to fighting her.
That's not helpful. We already tried that one, didn't we?
Not really.
You were the one who asked for ideas. Fine. Talk our way out of this. Maybe that's the answer.
I'm a big fan of winners, and you've got winner written all over you. How about we stop fighting and team up? I'll even let you be in charge. Both of us are stuck here against our will. What if we joined forces? Anyone ever told you how good you are at stabbing things? I mean, I kind of like it. Let's try and trick her. We're gonna try our
For
best.
the love of... The princess stops for a moment, mulling over your deranged proposition.
It's a trick, narrator.
Nah, not interested. And
Oh.
don't take it the wrong way. I think you're neat, but I'm having way too much fun to stop.
We should coil ourselves. She's about to pounce.
I'd say.
Just get ready to fight back.
But Before you can
Oh,
finish
don't
another
like those
thought,
hands.
the princess closes the distance and dodge now. Fails to hit you.
What?
Haha, yes.
Oh, you're a fast one. That's fun. But I think I can get even faster.
I don't like the hands.
Now, hit her back.
You dodge and parry and strike and are struck, her nicking your flesh and you nicking her skin to reveal shining metal below.
We're pretty good.
But eventually you slip up. You lose the pattern, just for a moment.
Bummer.
A blade flashes through the air, and she skewers you.
Well, she does have 2 blade arms.
Ow! Wow, she is absolutely uncompromising, isn't she? I know it seems weird, but if
The
anything,
opportunist.
this makes me want her to like us even more. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be.
The broken.
Dead, 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 dead.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead.
I guess.
This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
Thanks.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it
Oh,
makes
cheated.
us
Me and you
better
are on
than
such
her.
the same wavelength. I was thinking the exact same thing.
We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us. All we need is to keep fighting.
Yeah, I'll pass on that. As long as we keep moving. Flawless idea, if you ask me. Such a go-getter attitude.
Come on, show me something new.
So she never needed the change in the first place. Fight her again. Unconditionally surrender. I'm gonna try flirting. Oh no, swords for arms and we don't. We're panicking. She wins by killing us, right? So let's beat her to it. Oh. Oh. Interesting. I guess there's the suicidal ideation. We're gonna flirt. It doesn't work and she kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding on only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
The smitten.
You're cute.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. Then you skewer yourself.
Oh, so we just do that. We don't get the choice.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh. That didn't do much of anything.
Why does she have so many blades?
We're tougher than I thought.
What's
The contrarian.
the point? It's all the same.
She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. Just panic. Flee.
The paranoid?
She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
See? We're getting better.
Are we?
Okay, yeah. That was a good one. She's going to kill this body either way.
The cold.
So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need. None of this is
Her
worth
teeth are just getting worse and worse.
Think. She skewers you. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Great! We can start over. Chapter 4, Mutually Assured Destruction.
You're all
Oh,
right. Don't lose
we
your
just have a knife now.
We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here. Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand. Ho-ho! What if we throw it out the window?
I like
Over
it.
my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
So sad I gotta bounce. I look forward to checking out the VOD later. See you, Perry.
Die so very many
I'll keep on slaying.
At the sharp
Slay
hands
queen.
of a beautiful woman. Sure, I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything.
The only thing
What
we're gonna
more could we
is
manifest, Paranoid?
finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is...
How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them?
Me and Cheetah.
Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only...
It's fine. I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
Don't care. Just want to win.
Fine.
Make your way to the
princess.
basement, where the princess awaits you.
So, girl.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together.
Stitch yourself.
But I guess we're
How
not
literal are you
done.
being?
That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that.
Do you?
I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Sure.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it, though. Just you wait.
You're
And
not even
for
shamed
very
this time.
long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now?
Wait, hang on. If you don't describe something, it doesn't happen? Kill the narrator, dude.
Yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing.
Yeah, me too.
I think
I
I
don't.
speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing.
Really?
Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin
Oh,
twists,
oh.
splitting into red blooms of raw meat as
Oh.
it stretches and tears. Then it erupts.
Great.
It becomes a wave of blood and viscera,
Oh,
pieces of
okay.
her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades.
Okay, so I guess I know what I need to stab now. It's the heart.
Furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
No.
Holy shit.
She's gorgeous.
Is she smitten?
Absolutely divine. Yes. Behold, the perfect woman.
Why are you into it now,
Do you
Stubborn?
think we can throw her out the window?
Genius.
That looked painful.
How is she still alive?
The heart, obviously.
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
This
Narrator,
is all just a
we-
sick...
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act, and yet, through that inaction, your body moves on its own. The princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
I'm in control. Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There's only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Oh, master yourself and vanquish the foe. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. You do not get to see each other die. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place. I finally get to see myself? You do so. Gaze. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. Am I the princess? Am I the princess? It's you. You're alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Hey, thank you for the sub. Go be church. Let me know clockwise, counterclockwise, how hard you want me to spin. You're alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. You're at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you? The gift of the fragile vessel? Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack, destroy. Whoa! All right, we're gonna spin that sub wheel. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Trivia or mystery, Gobi?
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Trivia it is. It's the easiest question in the world. We're going to go for a more difficult one. I can't possibly give you that one. Which celebrity stated, Hannah Montana is chopped into tiny little pieces and buried in my backyard? This is still pretty easy if you ask me. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? It is not Eminem. It was, in fact, Miley herself. Oop, wait, is it going to focus? Nope, it's Miss Cyrus. But I like that you think Eminem murdered Hannah Montana.
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Aren't you scared I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
What if I don't let you?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Okay.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 1.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Turn around.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
I'm gone.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
I'm avoiding it.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
That's what I'm saying.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm ignoring you.
That's strange.
Oh.
It looks like this path also leads
No!
to the cabin. How convenient.
I tried so hard.
Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
No. Turn around and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
So be it.
Your silence is deafening.
Yeah, it is.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not
doing
normally
it.
one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Forget the universe.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you
New
trudge into
scene.
the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the
Oh,
leaves.
didn't like that. Why are we doing that with the music, you think?
But as you focus on your
don't like
surroundings,
it.
you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
Don't like the
You're too
music.
stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Great. The stranger. Ooh. Can I just keep avoiding?
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that
What
path
is up with that
is a
wall?
cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Stay in the woods forever.
Oh, that's clever. A little.
Hey, contrarian.
Boring, though. It's extremely boring. Can we really do that? Can we really just do nothing? No, you can't.
I'm
just
not going
do
in that
nothing.
cabin this playthrough.
You have to do something.
I don't.
All right, so it's decided. Even if it's boring, we're going to do nothing forever.
Exactly.
Congratulations, you continue to waste everyone's time and do nothing. Wait, can you still hear me?
What is that weird feeling?
I like it.
Barely even here anymore.
Well, it's not nothing, that's for sure. Does that mean we messed up?
There's no such thing as a wrong playthrough. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces. Hands! It's hands! Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. The world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am your only salvation. Nice. Denial. Return to your destined path
You're
or
on
face
a
the
path.
consequences.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
That was fun. Let's see. Let us, this time, perhaps, try to get her free. Let's see what happens if we free her. Oh, it
You
took
make
away
your
the
way
option.
up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Okay.
A warning. before you go any further. She will lie.
Yeah. I'm freeing her. I'm freeing her this
The
time.
interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade
We've seen this.
is your...
No blade necessary. We're
The
freeing
door
her.
to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. Her
Yeah.
voice soft.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's me. Is your voice different?
Hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your... Don't let it fool you. It's all part...
Oh, interesting. You can lie or say the true thing? I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks
I want to
in?
see it for myself.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
Ha!
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Hit me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I
Literally?
hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Oops.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to have sharp
You're making a
like,
huge
teeth, would you?
mistake. No, you're doing the right thing.
I'm not.
Walk up to the
But I am doing the
chains
thing I'm
binding
choosing
the
to do.
princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nope.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm gonna check upstairs.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but
Oh.
the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
What?
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
I'm being watched?
Someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
So
You
we're
make
locked
your
in.
way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you
Could I
just
have used the
taken
blade to break the thing?
like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Who locked me down here, dude?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates
Oh!
before raising her arm.
Oh,
her
my.
mouth, her teeth tearing through her
Okay.
limb with the
No, that's
determination of a trap.
this was this was not what I anticipated
As
happening.
She rips her flesh from her bone. A sound comes from behind you.
Okay, yeah,
Clang
no
of
doubt.
bouncing metal.
No doubt, no doubt.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use
Nope.
it to free you.
Nope, we're freeing her, dude. Oh boy.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
We're gonna find out if I like it or not. Save the princess.
Fine.
Save the world.
Against your better
Oh,
judgment,
mercy.
you place the blade against the ragged,
Oh.
self-inflicted
My bones
wound
hurt.
on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain.
Oh,
binding
everything
her.
hurts.
You cut into her flesh.
I mean, she was the one gnawing, dude.
The blade is sharp.
No!
and it takes little effort to crack through the bone.
At least we know there's no blade in there this time.
Her limb falls to the ground,
Yeah.
and the heavy chains follow suit. She
Yeah.
didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Cool.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze
You good?
meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
Yeah.
How is she still smiling after everything?
She's a princess.
It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Me neither.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Agreed. Agreed.
No,
Let's get out of here.
we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world.
That's what I'm doing.
No. I Can't just let her escape into the world.
Narrator.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body
No!
steps forward and raises the blade.
You better stop it.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Agreed.
Watch me.
No!
What are you doing?
It's against my will. No! Can I just, no! Can I just stay here? Is one of them not actually slay the princess? I'll stay here forever. Look, what have I got? What have I got other than time, huh? I'll just chill. I'll just chill here. Oh wait, I can scroll, hang on. Warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
I am trying my best.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
And I'm trying to see what happens. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
No.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
Exactly.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again.
Oh, now you're being spiteful.
And again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
You're being petty, narrator.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
She sure did.
Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With
There had to
one
be another.
last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of
What's up,
happened.
H-Man?
The two of you made your choice. It's over.
And I'd make it
Everything goes
again.
dark, and you die.
I'm gonna save her, dude. Chapter 2, The Damsel. It's happening. We're gonna do it.
You're on a path in the woods.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
here to slay.
Getting a terrible sense. Hasn't this happened? Okay, no, but I died. And what am I doing here? You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to
I
be
like the Smittens
sneaky
here with
about
me.
it. Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
It's not about romance.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Proceed.
A warning.
Do a Friday spooky Alan Wake stream. As tempted as I am, I have a wedding rehearsal to go to tomorrow.
She will lie.
We already
Yeah.
told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your
But I am
lies
excited
that can't
for you
be
to get
trusted.
to officially play
Her beauty
Alan
is
Wake
the
2 HM.
only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I do.
I'm not here for the smitten.
But I also speak
I'm
from
not trying
the
to be in
heart.
love with the princess. I'm
My
trying to save her.
passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Proceed. I'm going to try to avoid the knife again.
The interior of the cabin is clean
Interesting.
and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal
Oh
prison.
no!
The only
Well,
furniture
hopefully
of
the little
note
one
is
is
an ornate
okay and
wooden
you do get to
table
play some
with a
Alan Wake.
pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
No.
You walk up to the wall next to the base. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. You reach for... There was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
No blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along
So
the
H-Man, to
walls.
catch you up, we tried to
The
kill the
basement
princess. It
almost
did not go
seems
well. She turned into a
welcoming
blade
in
monster
firelight.
that then became the end of all beings and all time and told us to collect the other pieces of themselves so that we could do something. Then we tried to just avoid everything and eventually went into nothingness and just became a texture. And now this time I am desperately trying to free the princess to see what happens differently this go around. So this is our third real attempt to find an ending of the game.
But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her
Here to save you.
It's somehow even more beautiful than
I am
last
not in
time.
love with her voice of the smitten.
I
I'm
can
just
hear
trying to
well,
save her.
Held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little
If we want to
too
do a
far.
romance run, that's a
Barely
different
even know
This
the
is not the
princess.
romance.
We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Agreed.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Not being manipulated, I am the manipulator.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the
Her
princess.
hand is still gone?
There's a
Is her
heavy
hand still
chain
gone?
around her wrist, binding her to the...
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
No.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely
Smitten, you're down
she
bad,
can
dude.
hear
You're down
my
bad.
Spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero.
What?
I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
What are you talking about?
Did you hear
remember me?
that?
She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence.
Okay, that's an interesting twist.
You've been here before.
So now he knows we're on a loop.
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well,
Nah, she
she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We
Damn.
damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This
Guess
is
I'm back
horrible.
early. Welcome back, Perry. What you've missed is we tried to avoid everything and got caught up in a texture and just stopped existing. Now this time I'm doing everything I can to try to save the princess. And the first time it went okay. We wound up getting pretty far. We did have to cut off her hand. And then the narrator took over and forced us to try and kill her. And now we're back. The narrator now knows we're in a loop and we're trying to do it again.
Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet.
And Smitten
treat
is
her
convinced
like
we
the
are in love, but
lady
that's
she
not what
is.
playthrough we're doing right now.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Yes, it's not about the world, it's about the princess this time.
We never saw a world end. Now I'm even more certain that we must
I'm
chase
worried they're gonna
our
lock me into a
heroic
romantic
and
route, and that's really not what I'm
romantic
going
destiny
for.
than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it.
I'm not
Don't
here for
let
him,
him
Neri.
distract you. Just do your job.
I'm also not listening to you. You killed me last time. It hurt a lot. Why'd you do that? I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? What happened after I died? I have to ask, did you end the world? I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
Why is he always capitalized?
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
I don't have a knife.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
Hero,
She didn't
we're here
care
to save
last
her.
time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster. who's
I don't
not to be
care if she's a
trusted.
monster.
So go ahead and slay her.
We're saving her. Rescue.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Okay, wait.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
They actually are
Approach the
dainty
princess
enough? Are you
and
kidding me?
gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told
Did
you.
we will it into
There's
existence?
no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace.
I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
No, it's because of me.
Who
not
needs
Mr.
a
Romance.
weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Escape.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand. the
She's
last
sparkling.
hopes of
Dude,
the
it's about to all
entire
go wrong. I
world
just know it.
Slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
We have each other. We don't
This
need
wasn't
the
what I
world
wanted.
for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it.
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand.
Why is it supposed to be Roman?
Look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And
When's she gonna
what
kill me?
happens
It's gonna
after we
happen.
Walk up the stairs. Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh, we're leaving.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right, it isn't fair, but the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
It's not love.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Think I've got this? Open the door by yourself? Do you think you can open it? I think we can open it if we try together. try together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands
I guess
on
I'm
the
just in
door
for the romance route at this point.
together. Blech. And lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
I told you our love was insurmountable.
Whoops, whoopsie. Oh no, how do I get back?
You and the princess make your way upstairs. Blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
Not doing that.
Aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
Love will set you free.
Our happy ending at last.
That's the achievement I just got.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy
Oh.
supposed to be so cold?
Cold.
She's going into the void with us.
Her a coat worthy of a princess.
Hands! 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 Rats. Oh, hello. Oh, but you don't get a chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared this is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
Look in the mirror. The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. Ah, that's not enough. I want to see more. Throne. Oh my. Okay, that's not showing up on stream at all. But we're like this grotesque behemoth right now. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin. Approach her. Hey, princess.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel like to change?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do? You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? When I go back, it is as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own.
Wow, that's smart.
They are useless to us now.
Most visual novels don't do that.
Inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Whoa. Oh, that's very doki doki. Okay. What do you want me to bring you next
Gifts
time?
aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy isn't seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Don't have any preferences?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Ooh, gross. Interesting. How many more vessels do I need to
If
bring?
I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you. With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed, but in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Whoa! That was a scary one. All right, everything goes dark and you die. Ew. We got the bring the damsel to her ending.
You're on a path in the woods.
Do we have to bring the damsel
And
to
at the
her?
end of that path
Could we have gotten
is
away
a
with the
cabin.
damsel without her?
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Let's see, what are some new options on the table? Nope. Let's go.
You make your way. A warning, she will love. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust.
Any ideas in
Only
the chat of
furniture
what we should do
note
next?
is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table, the blade is your.
We're going to take the blade this time.
You take the blade from the table. The door to the base. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
The voice
It's almost
definitely
as if
was
she's the
different
one
when we
in
didn't have the
charge
blade.
down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Fascinating.
Oh,
Checking in.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
So interesting. Did it lead me into the
You walk
damsel
down the
last time?
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
I didn't
of the
necessarily
basement.
mean just this time, but what overall do we want to go for?
She's so
Do we want to try to
coldly
fool
beautiful.
her this time? Like, actually?
Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Diplomat. Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face.
Her eyes are so different.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What
The
an
eyes are
awkward
always
start
gigantic.
to a relationship.
How would I get you out of here? Ah, people out there think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about it?
Don't just tell her that.
Oh yeah, honesty.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I was hoping you'd tell me. Okay. I trust you.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. And they'll be a pal.
No,
and help me get
come
out of
on.
here, would you?
Don't be
I could figure
condescending.
out how
I'm
to
really
deal
trying
with
to put out an
them
olive
after I'm
branch.
free.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to...
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
We've heard all this.
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but there's someone
Door
else here.
slammed shut.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you
Eyes are
down
so
here
dead.
too, didn't
These
they?
are almost the exact same lines, only last time she had the sweet voice, this time she has just
The
like...
knife. Pick it up and cut me out.
Dead
You
voice.
won't like what happens if you do that.
I mean, we said we were going to trick her this route, and we've come this far. Because she thinks we're going to use the knife to save her. She hasn't given me a reason to trust her. She's being condescending. Trying
Without
it.
hesitation, you bring the blade down.
I'm
the princess
worried.
flinches as you strike, and your weapon sinks into her shoulder.
You bastard. If I have to kill you to leave this place, I'll do it.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's unarmed, and there's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you raise your blade to strike again, she kicks out,
Oh, no.
knocking your legs out from under you. The two of you struggle on the ground. You lash out with the blade, slicing wherever you can. Her fists connect with your body again and again, each blow stronger than the last, shattering bone and rupturing tissue.
She's so
with reckless
strong.
abandon. Forget trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. You roll out of her grasp and shakily push yourself back to your feet. Though every inch of you is in pain, the princess probably has it worse. Blood pours out from countless gashes, staining her once pristine dress. She pauses for a moment, catching her breath, staring at you with wild eyes. We can still turn this around.
Oh, that's really tough. Give up, finish the job, maybe she'll bleed out. I doubt that very much. But the fact that they give that as an option, I know that I'll survive. If I go to finish the job, there's no doubt in my mind she's going to kill us. Okay.
The princess is still chained to the wall. There's nothing she can do to stop you from getting out of here. What if she doesn't succumb to her wounds? Whatever she is, she's so much more dangerous than I thought she'd be. You rush up the stairs and dive past the threshold. You're safe. For now. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it.
Okay, well, it sounds like you've made your claim clear.
Enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Whoa! Oh man, what are these options?
I wouldn't be so sure about outlasting me. You're so brittle. So go ahead, rest. Do whatever you think will help you be prepared. But know that I'm coming for you, and that when I find you, I will make you hurt.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence.
No, that's not good.
The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar. Its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
That is inconvenient.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Not sure how we helped you.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws
your eyes are
near,
looking a
it's
little
as though
funny.
Your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth.
Don't.
Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless.
Sometimes it does.
I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer.
Hello.
One silent footfall
You close
at a
now.
time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
What is happening to me?
Or maybe
Hello.
I can't take my time with you.
You're close enough
You
just
don't
for a little
look
kiss.
well.
Mwah.
A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest.
It does look like an eye.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
Is it?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Nope. It's not over.
You're on a path in the woods.
I don't like that
and at
music.
the end of that path
Is she
is
just
a
free
cabin.
now? I have a feeling she's
And
not
in
in
the
cabin.
basement of that cabin is a princess.
Bets?
You're here to slay her.
Bets that the basement is empty? Basement's empty, dude. Basement's
warning.
empty.
She will... I don't think... It doesn't matter. The interior of the cabin is plain. The smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
Eyes! Ooh, those scared me! Ah, I wasn't expecting that, man. I just saw it. I saw it out of the corner. Dude, don't like them. Hey, buddies. Hey, friends. What y'all doing, What y'all doing out there,
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do
Narrator's
this right.
just not gonna comment, huh?
Hold on. What happened to the door? It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been
paranoid.
waiting.
Me and you
Can't
were on the...
feel her eyes on us. I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Let's see what the mirror is this time.
Walk up to the wall next. What are you talking about? You reach.
I want one time. I want one time the mirror to be
Clearly
real.
There was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
I don't see the point in taking the blade. And in all honesty, it's there on the ground as if she left it there for us. You know what I mean? No.
We should have taken the knife again. I don't think she's going to take an olive branch. We need something sharper.
No.
You cross
What?
over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness.
So many eyes.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
What choice did I have?
Come back? She must have you confused with someone else. You really don't remember, do you? It doesn't matter, we need a game plan. We know we can't just go down there unprepared.
Thanks for the clip, Harry. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? That's very curious. What would happen in the void? I'm so curious now. I kind of want to know what happens in the void. That's not going to get me a vessel, though.
Didn't you
Gonna
hear my
talk.
warning a minute ago? She can't be trusted. Talking won't do you any good. Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking anyway. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find
Okay.
yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Nice. Oh, wasn't that interesting? My gut says left.
You turn to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
Hey,
I
you
told
look
you I was
different.
going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly
that around
go
your
numb.
arm?
Your arms quickly follow.
You got a
This
mask
is
on,
it,
huh?
isn't it?
No little knife this time.
What's
It's
gloves?
almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! What did you do?
It actually kind of
Pull
reminds me of
yourself
Marble
together.
Hornets.
She isn't
mask.
supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part
Masky.
of your being is
Yeah,
coming
well,
to
I mean,
a
we had 4
lurching
chapters
halt.
last time, so I'd assume you're going to get 2 more chances to kill me.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Nice. That's good right there.
Liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air
Hey again.
as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
Must go to the Ark.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart. Again, your eyes shoot open as...
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead, even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why?
We're a toy.
The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen. That isn't my fault. It doesn't matter whose fault it is, because fighting her isn't an option right now. Then you should get looking, shouldn't you?
Why won't you finish me off? What good am I to you alive? What do you want from me? What happened after you killed me last time? I was sent here to stop you. I can't just let you leave. You're a lunatic, you know that. If we want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation? How about I just kill you instead? We don't have to be enemies. We can work together. We can be friends. I'm not doing any of this. I'm not helping you leave. I'm not going to try to kill you, so do your worst. Remain within your nightmare. I like this one the most. Remain!
Poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what
I'm
I am.
fine.
And you're always going to be a coward.
No.
She raises a hand to her
Oh, no.
mask and pulls it down.
Oh, hello.
You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you.
I did see a tear.
Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth,
Hello.
death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken.
Hands.
No.
Hands.
Let me out.
Your
Hands.
existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself.
Ooh, I love this.
Weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Oh my goodness, they even left the pencil drawing. Oh, it's so
Let
good.
me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment. Gone the next.
Oh.
The worms have found their
Whoa.
offices.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is.
Oh, she's melting.
Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going.
Be brave, narrator.
Can't keep going? Or what are you talking about?
But he doesn't respond.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Chapter 3. Your body is dead, but you live on. Oops. Oh. Whoop. Oh. Yeah. Whoop. There. So many chapters. Oh, the moment of clarity.
You're on a path in the... There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember. I think we were trying to save the world.
Glad you're still here, hero.
Princess? At least, not until I... You've
Parallax is
been
super
here,
cool.
haven't you?
I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out.
No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her.
Slay... We decided not to do that, didn't we?
Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything.
No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever. I think.
We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart? We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere.
There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything.
Now that's just simply not
We
true.
love her, so we have to set her free. Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us?
To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love.
Why are you here, Smith?
Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad.
Me and Cheated
You
are
need to get
always
a
on the
grip.
same wavelength.
What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
Lots. I think they're all wrong. How many times have you all been here? What if we don't go? Can you make sense of them? Feel so disjointed. The only way out is to do nothing, so nothing I will do. I think they're all
Of course
wrong.
we're wrong.
She's the only thing that's right.
Yes, obviously they're all wrong. What are you going to do about it?
How many times have you all been here?
Many, many, many times.
It feels like we've been here forever, but it also feels like we've barely been here at all.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine.
It won't.
It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on.
Does it make sense? I only remember being here twice before this. Some of you don't remember being here at all. Was I here the other times? Was someone else making my decisions?
What does here even mean if you really think about it?
Shut up. You were here.
Every single time.
You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order.
And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged.
You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
If I don't remember what I did, it couldn't have been me that did it. What if we don't go to the cabin? Can you make sense of them? I feel so disjointed. I don't know if I can pull this off. Can you make sense
There's
of them?
nothing worth making sense of. They're clearly all traumatized.
And yet, you aren't. We break apart, and you stay the same.
Yeah, what's your secret? Why can you break the rules when we can't?
Let's go.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make
The
it to
mirror.
the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill.
It's not empty.
No, this isn't right.
Oh.
There's a cabin.
Whoa.
There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
Don't ask him about the mirror.
He always
He won't
says
tell us
he never
anyway.
sees it. He always lies.
And he always makes it gone.
It's exhausting. We must be such a mess, but we never get the chance to fix ourselves. That thing is mocking us.
Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do.
Will you show me the mirror?
She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin. The cabin that isn't there. You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it.
I desperately
Smash
want
it to pieces.
Also smart.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it.
Just do something. It doesn't matter what.
Exactly. I'm sure that whatever you settle on, it'll be the best possible decision you could have made.
Thanks, opportunist. Proceed.
Proceed? Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific. That's a new one. Do you think it'll work? Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them. And
Are you calling me
Has
he?
worked. It's gone, don't you see? We're one step closer to her.
No? That I am a he?
The interior of
Or were you talking
the
about
cabin
another he?
is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure they're in. Wrong and unsettling as it may be, the only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Take it. It's the only way forward.
Take the blade. It's the only way forward. You've already tried everything else. Don't you remember? You have to take the blade.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth. You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep in the bowels of the earth.
Ah, hello.
You see something staring back at you.
Hey, Masky.
It fills you with dread. It's her. She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
You really are a coward.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
Hey!
Joking when I said that way back when. You know that, right?
Closer.
Oh! Is that a foot or is that a third arm?
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could melt you.
And closer.
Hey, it's a third hand. It's a third hand.
Watching over me forever? That was so brave.
And closer.
But forever is so long. And time erodes everything. Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take my hand and let me out. It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too. A trinket that gets to stay with me all the time. Right by my side. A witness. Oh, I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything. Now don't pause. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your power so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand. What are we supposed to do? She took our weapon.
This really was a lost cause, wasn't it? You sealed our fate when you refused to kill her.
All just basically what Asterion said to me my first run at BG3.
Kill or be killed.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
There's no paralysis anymore. Is it because we've already given her what she wants?
Oh! No! Give me an option. Can I wait? Fine.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you.
I don't think so, Perry. I could be wrong. I don't think those were ever options. I think it's just an illusion to tell us that the options don't exist. I think it's design.
The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
I think you're about to be taken by some hands.
I didn't think I'd be so tired.
Princess, exhausted slumps. Bye, narrator.
Why is it so cold?
Oh, interesting. You know, another form of you once said that. Ah, hands! Okay, the third vessel has been got. You do not get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost.
Give the girl a hand.
Mirror's back.
Da-da-da-da-da.
What does that mean for us?
Ah,
I'm
we're probably
sure
gonna grow
it'll
again.
be whisked away, just like her.
Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here.
Finally, we can smash it.
I'm curious about that, Stubborn.
Stop with the smashing.
What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt
Why do you say
to
last?
look it up.
Yeah. I think I'd like that.
Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
You step towards the mirror once more. Its secrets remain hidden and mysteries remain
Something
unsolved.
tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready. It feels okay. The fear's gone. I'm done fighting.
My heart feels quiet.
The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you.
I'm ready for the truth.
I'm ready to sleep.
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here. Boys, it's been an honor.
With me, silence as you reach forward. They've gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. It me! I'm melting this time. Okay. Withered. So definitely a birdman. Definitely a birdman. I kind of look like an angel. I look a little bit like a werewolf angel. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed. And you're at the cabin. Approach her. How we
A
doing?
growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction? It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse? What do you think of this vessel? You know you're at the end. Do you know what happens? Have you figured out what you'll want? Do you still not care what I bring you next? How many more vessels? Let's start with how many.
We will know when we near our destination.
Okay, not helpful. Do you still not care?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Doesn't that change you?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
No. If anything, it makes me like you more. No, not really. It all seems so distant. I have no opinion. I just want it all to stop. You're torturing me and I hate it. I think I hate you. It all seems distant.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is filled with sadness. A doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Perhaps. Have you figured out what you want?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above
What's up,
their
Trombone?
dance to influence me.
We're playing a spooky game.
I yearn for what I have always yearned for.
Hope you're doing well.
Our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
You don't have any preferences.
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled.
This guy chop on his way past? Cool. Gotta go fast and see what's inside.
Trombone, it is a movie game. Movie game. All right, here we go. Primitive carnivorous space bears defeat a technologically advanced superpower by teaming up with Samuel L. Jackson to play a deadly and explosive game of Simon Says. Does anybody want to help Trombone? Primitive carnivorous space bears defeat a technologically advanced superpower by teaming up with Samuel L. Jackson to play a deadly and explosive game of Simon Says.
My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
I guess I'm ready.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
I didn't see it in time, Trombone. I'm sorry. Moment of clarity to her. That's the one that I brought that
You're
time.
on a path in the woods.
All right, what are we going to do this time?
You're here to...
No new options here.
You make your way up the short path to the cat. A warning, she will lie. The interior of the blade.
All right, this time, no blade. But also not romance. Let's see if her
The door
voice
to
is
the
different.
basement creaks open, revealing a staircase. Her voice.
Hello?
It is!
Is some-
Is. Don't let it fool you.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard.
Yeah, don't say the quiet part
It's a
out loud,
gamble.
narrator.
But it might work.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs.
Gosh,
and
they make her
lock
look
eyes
so
with the
different.
princess.
It's so
There's a heavy chain
subtle.
around her wrist, binding her. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay for...
Hi. I can't believe you. I hope you brought something to deal with the...
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your... You're only making this more difficult.
No, I'm trying to
Thank you.
lie to her so she'll let me go get the knife.
You're making a no. You're doing the right. You walk up to the chain. They're large and heavy, far too solid.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's some doubtful. Whoever locked
Okay. I'll be here.
you, someone else.
No! I have a plan. Don't close the door.
Your shouts and pleas. I'll repeat myself.
I'm trying to slay the princess, narrator.
Make
You're
your
getting
way
in
to
my
the bottom of
way.
the stairs. Easier for everyone. Look at the mess.
I heard the door.
There's a slight panic.
If I could just...
She barely. She
Okay, she
rips
gnaws
up
at her
the
arm.
blade from up, or
The
you
blade
won't-
falls now. Let's slay. Let's see what
Without
happens.
hesitation.
Nothing.
Bring the
dude,
blade
not
down.
helpful.
And plunge it
Just
into
what's
the
happened
princess's
before.
back. Finally, the wound
Oh.
drives her to the ground.
Oh.
Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you.
It's like a gory Stanley Parable.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us.
Yeah.
It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you.
I think she can.
I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blades to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about... Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around. You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act so surprised. Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job. You take another step forward, and the two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons. And then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground.
Been here before.
And the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both. You watch each other fade away.
See you, trombone.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Silence as the room starts to get fuzzy around you. You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
Oopsie.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2. The Witch. Interesting. Okay. Okay.
You're on a path.
Music is weird.
In the woods. And at the end, you're here to... I can assure you that you didn't slay... If he doesn't remember what happened, then brilliant. We need... You know I can hear you, right? Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue. Bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay
So I'm
that
just
princess.
now realizing I wonder
we can't
if
trust her, so let's get
we
on with
don't
the show.
have to tell him we're looping. And that does something different.
A warning. She will... Don't worry.
Let's see what it looks like this time.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls are chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture...
All right, I guess the Baba Yaga's here for us this time.
A shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Yeah.
You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to make a difference.
You walk up to the wall. What are you talking?
I'm always going to try. One of these times it's going to work, dude.
Rub your hand against the cabin. Well, if we're... That's...
I don't know when.
The door to the basement
creaks
work. Open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite. Silence, I see. Don't think I've forgotten about you. I recognize the sound of your nervous little footsteps as soon as they came into my home. I know who you are.
They might be a little
and I
nervous.
remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess.
Tried going right
not
in for the kill yet?
debate about what to do with the princess.
That was what we did the first time.
Fine.
Or do you mean like don't
You're the
even
boss.
say anything? No questions.
Thank you.
Oh, she's feral, dude.
Descend the basement steps.
Look at those feet.
Entering the dark room
She
below.
has a tail now, too.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in
All right.
the gloom.
Well, I
She's
guess we
huddled
have our
against
next
the far
vessel.
wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are. One hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's what I'm there for.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other.
Yeah, would you be transparent with me now?
No. You've already been here, haven't you?
Yes.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning.
It's not sharp
well,
at all.
You seem to be great at it.
Why?
So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us.
It's not.
Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now.
Your world?
So I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
What does that mean?
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Not the animal mouth, dude. What if I try to trick her again? I doubt it'll work. Ooh. Interesting. No, I think they're all the same narrator. Or do you mean like each one that we create have their own narrator and whenever the world ends, they end with it? I'm fascinated by the giving her the blade. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we sort of have options here. We could give her the blade, or we could do as Perry said and just get the slaying done. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to give her the blade. We're gonna experiment. I wasn't gonna do this on this playthrough, but I'm simply too curious.
You can't be serious.
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no.
as do I. I, abstain? You abstain? She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
This is democracy.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
My chat said it was
You hear
an
a
interesting
clanging
idea.
of metal against the dirt floor, and the chains fall from the princess's wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart. It's a shame we just gave her a weapon, because if I were her, I'd use it on us right now. Luckily for us, you're not her. Oh, we sure think alike, though. I can promise you that. Whatever you say next, you better make it count. She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
Hey, how you doing? It's up to you. That's why I gave you the blade. I chose last time and I regret it. So now it's your turn to choose. Interesting. Both scared and hurting. If one of us doesn't make a change, we'll probably kill each other forever. Do you want that? I don't. We can be better than this. You're beautiful. I want to actually save you, and this feels like the only way to do it. If you're like someone I know, you're probably going to kill me. I kind of like the scared one, but I also like... I chose last time and I regret it. Putting the choice on her is fun. I like that.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's
No.
not going to work on me.
I'm being pretty genuine.
And then
Okay.
she buries the blade in your heart.
It
What?
was worth a shot.
No, come on, that's not right. I told you. This is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Fascinating.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the
I
strength
let
to
you make the
respond,
choice
nor do you have the time.
because you're dead.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
I'm going down this rabbit hole. I really like this one.
You're on a path in the woods.
She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us. Of course she stabbed us.
No,
We gave
I'm giving
blade,
her the
which,
choice.
I might
I
add,
like that.
I voted against. But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us
Yeah,
anyway.
cheated might be my favorite.
I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us, though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already
That's what I'm
proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try exactly?
What if I'd not had
You are aware I've been listening to you, right? Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other. Great.
Fair.
So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
Place is different. It keeps changing. We're going to free her. We're even now. I'm sure she understands that, but we can see what she has to say for herself when we get to the cabin. I hope you don't think I'm planning on freeing her after she's stabbed me in the heart. Screw the cabin. What happens if we just leave? You sure seem to be taking the whole looping thing. No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin.
I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one, too.
Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat to you. She's a threat to me, and most importantly, she's a threat to the world. You know what you have to do. The interior of the cabin is hardly
No
an
knife.
interior at all anymore. The burned-out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash.
Like the flowers.
But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
It's her blade.
We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her...
Why is he always capitalized?
...with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent.
It went away when we touched it last time. Not that this place always follows the same rules.
You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. What are you doing?
Figures. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it?
Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
I want to touch that mirror one time.
Step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease. At least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going.
They're only thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me,
new voice.
I kill you,
new
you
voice,
come back.
new voice, new
you
voice.
let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I want to figure out a way out of here. I don't know what I want. I want to free you. I mean it. Just want to talk, really talk. I mean, I just want to give her the option to make choices. So I guess free her.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles.
Whoa, look at that parallax!
A space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess. Her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Did not know.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
Not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm trapped as you are. Ooh! Is there nothing I can say? I'm trapped as you are.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
I don't like any of these.
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right. There's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something.
Where's the
before
narrator?
she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own. Careful with that one. He's not the smooth negotiator he thinks he is. It does feel like we're stuck until we do something. If there's even anything to do besides make things worse. We're not making things worse. I think she wants to trust us.
Maybe it's past time for either of us to say anything. All that counts is action. Can I take the blade? Reach for the blade. Turn and leave, turn and leave, turn and leave. I don't like any of these options. Okay.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon.
That's insane.
You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood.
I'll be damned. She really gave it to us.
It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it. We free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do.
I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been. Besides, it would really stick it to him to free her. Or, hear me out,
Opportunist!
slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance.
That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
We've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move. It's 2 against 1.
It's 2 against 2.
You don't count.
And why shouldn't he count?
Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
That's crazy.
Yes.
We're cutting her free.
What a good idea. Let's cut her free.
Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision.
I love opportunist, dude.
I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Even if he'll stick a knife in our back as soon as he has the opportunity, it's still better to have him nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while. See? We're all friends here. United in our actions and intentions.
Sure.
Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure, we're all friends. Take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Is that really all you've got, threatening us with an accidental misstep? I expected more from you. Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. Yeah, you're right, he's a bit of a nobody, isn't he? Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
I just really hate the people who put us here. Of course I do.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
The door's gonna close.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out. You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Cut or step? I mean cut, right?
As you swing your blade into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend.
We don't
the
have much
stairs
longer
without
with her. She's about to get taken by
This is
hands.
unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this?
It feels so good to hear you say that you're admitting you've lost.
Cheated, you're so petty, dude.
Your own game at
You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Step into your freedom.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door.
Through some issues and
step
learn to
out
trust again
into
is this
the
achievement.
Day, you irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now?
You're about to get cold.
Where's everything going?
Yeah, and then you're gonna get tired.
Why is it so cold?
Hands. Hands! What am I supposed to do about the hands, dude? You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Oh, there's
She's
that
gone.
mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Yeah, bye, everybody. Of course you're scared. It's gonna be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get
It
scared.
feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
It will,
It's
but we'll
going
get
to
again.
Do something to us. I can feel it. If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is gonna be nice. See you on the other side. It's gonna be okay.
If you say so. We'll trust you. So, this is all going to work out?
No, I didn't say that.
Finally. We're going places.
Approach. What's gonna happen to us this time? You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. It says you've unraveled. I'm not quite sure what that means. We're still just bird person. This time we're not melting. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed. Here she is. You're at the cabin. Approach.
There's
So,
a
babe.
world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want to tell me?
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me. Short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Trees and stars and people, I think. At least they're supposed to be people. Do you think there's anything real out there? Do you think we're real? Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart. Do not mourn
Cautious,
her.
tender, gentle.
She isn't alone anymore.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
That's a silly response. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator. He wants to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know that for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does. When I find him, you and I are finally going to have some answers. He does. I'm going to kill him. He does, but you're going to keep that to yourself. Okay, so he definitely do. Answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
How many more vessels?
One.
Oh!
Whatever you bring me next will be enough. And then gravity will pull the others back to
Oh,
me.
no!
I will be singular. A final multitude.
We're one ending away, and I've got to end stream? Why? Why does my tummy demand lunch?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn. We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something, but nothing cannot exist on its own, and because of that, nothing can't exist. There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people, fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die. That, I think, also became a vessel. And then we heard that there was only one that needed to be sent to complete everything. So we're creating our final vessel for the other force to envelop. Okay, didn't know that happened if you stay on the title screen for a while. But that's what happens if you stay on the title screen. So that should give you a vibe that this is a spooky, scary game, and we're going to get right on into it and find out what happens in our final, theoretically, vessel formation.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path,
the narrator knows something and won't tell us.
And in the base, you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I have no idea what to do for this next vessel. Oh no, okay, so we're gonna do it like this because clearly okay. Let's see. Any new options here? All right, let's just continue to the cabin. We've seen all these options before.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further.
Yes.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from
In all fairness,
slaying
you're
her.
also lying, narrator.
Don't believe a word she says.
It is basically a visual novel. It is exactly a visual novel, yes. It is pencil drawn, and it is fascinating. It is also fully voice
acted. The cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table.
What should
Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Should we take the blade this time or no? Nah, let's not this time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room.
I've already heard all this, but I'm going to let you guys hear it again for
This
those of you that
is
are witnessing
an
this for the first time.
place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up
Softly
the
this
stairs.
time.
Hello? Is someone there?
Sweet voice.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous
We've taken the blade
game by
before. We're
coming
trying
here
something different this
unarmed.
time. Let's just not say anything. Let's just be deathly quiet.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you
Just
had
find out what
one,
happens if
but
we're
you
very
may
quiet.
still be able
Let's
to
not
do
say
what
a
needs to be
word.
done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
No! Well, so much for that plan.
Okay.
I was trying my best to say nothing. What's your name? Don't know anything about you. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, What, dude? Why? I've never learned her name. Does she have a name? I kind of just want to like, well, I've already said something, so the silent doesn't work anymore. I've never asked her name.
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or
That
you can just call me
didn't help me at
Princess
all.
if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
So, Princess, your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
I want to know your name.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Ah. If I'm the first person you've seen, okay, so I'm going with the incredulous route.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
You haven't eaten. That's
This
weird.
is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I
No,
agree
I'm trying to get
with
her
the
to address
princess.
this is weird.
That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
I want other options! Okay, let's try the nice route again.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
We've heard that one before.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Without eating.
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Delulu. All right, let's go for our Delulu route, huh?
Sooner or later, you'll learn to trust me. Hopefully it won't be too late when you finally come around.
Thank you for believing me. Now, can you help me get out of here?
I don't know. Still have a few questions.
There's going to be plenty of time to chat after I'm free, but okay. What do you want to know?
I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. What if I stayed for a while? Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's just chill.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another,
Whoa!
I'm going
Hold up.
to find a way out of here.
Face change.
It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help.
Well, you've had
But
an
if
attitude.
you don't,
Oh,
I can
you've had an
promise
attitude
that you'll
change.
regret that decision.
Why?
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes.
I thought we were going
it's the
for a
right
sweet
one.
route. I guess so.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Look, I would have saved you this round.
Fine. Turn your back on me.
but it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for
I
leaving
remember
me
the
behind.
other vessel was like wolf one.
Slip these chains?
The witch one.
She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But she has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support you. Sure. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs.
It's quiet. A little too quiet.
Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
Why is she capitalized?
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Did it? Hello? Do you think... I think we got off the wrong foot. Do you think we can start over?
Oh, you coward.
No.
I'll be a coward.
I don't think we can. Why don't you come closer?
I tried to be reasonable.
I have something to show you.
Let's finish
Your
this.
eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her.
Is she the room?
Where is she? You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
I'll wait.
Do you want to play a waiting game? I've been down here a long, long time. I'm very good at waiting.
You do your
We'll
best
see.
to
I'm
patiently
really good at
wait her out. But eventually,
I've beaten Doki Doki.
Exhaustion starts to set in. Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
Venture, keep.
You wait for as long as you can, pushing yourself to stay awake and stay vigilant. But you can't outwait someone who's been waiting for as long as she remembers.
Sure I can. Give me a chance.
You barely even realize.
Where's my
that
knife?
you've started to
Where's my
drift
knife?
off. Pain tears you from your sleep. The princess is upon you, ripping into your flesh, unnaturally sharp teeth and claws severing arteries and digging into organs. There's nothing to be done. You're already half gone.
I like those eyes.
It can't just end like this. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over.
Okay.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, that was unexciting. The Beast! I guess that's the next vessel we're making. The Beast vessel!
You're on
Mr.
a
the
path
Beast.
in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Yeah, we know. Proceed. See you, Perry. Thanks for your alert.
Warning. Before you go,
Yeah,
she
we
will
know.
lie.
We
Does
know.
a cat lie to a cornered mouse
the
when
hunted.
it plays
Nice.
with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see
Are
why
we the
that
mouse?
matters.
How can I become a
lie's
dog?
a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
Okay.
That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
All right, we're going to try and give in to our hunter, Craven the Hunter.
The interior of the
sensibility.
cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time.
The door looks different.
Wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm going to approach the mirror, as I always have.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall.
I do
There
it
isn't
every
much
time.
to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Never
Reach
there.
forward and rub your hand against the
This is our
cabin.
5th time we've tried to
I hope
touch
you
that
know how
stinking mirror.
ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
That's right. Enter. To the basement. To the Beast's lair.
The door to the basement creaks open. revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost...
Well, look, the voice of the hunted
feral.
did give me the option to, like, roll in dirt or something.
Impatient. Or maybe... eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs.
Why'd it get so dark?
The last step gives way to the damp earth
Whoa!
floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured
She's a
by
lioness this
impenetrable
time?
darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash
this
of the
one's a
princess
real
before she
beaut.
scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not
Ooh,
just
the
a
chain.
princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does.
All right, hunted.
Her
Tell me your
shining
instincts.
eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the
Trust your
darkness.
instincts.
I can hear your heart pounding
Ooh,
from
eyes.
the bottom of
Ooh.
the stairs,
Ooh.
Fletchling.
Ooh.
You're
Spooky.
right to be terrified.
Yeah.
I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
I'm a big boy.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Hunted? Here we go, buddy. Me and you.
Picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been,
Gnarly,
her chains
dude.
rattling across the floor behind her. Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs.
So she's cut off our escape.
Shit. What do we do?
The hunted. What does the hunted say? Ah, I needed the hunted's advice. No, we wouldn't run, dude. That's not the hunted. Show yourself.
If you want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
She
I
knows
agree.
that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to.
Okay. Give me some advice. You're deflecting.
And you bear your weakness to the world.
She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive.
It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive, if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
I like survive, dude. I like survive. Ooh, that's the hero. Survive. We're the hunted.
Barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
I love it, dude. Can't keep this up. What do you want? I was sent here to kill you because you're a threat.
I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants, just slay her.
I want to know what the hunted
you
wants.
have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful.
She's just a princess. Don't overthink it.
She is clearly not.
Hunted! Dude, where are you, homie? But why?
Why does anything kill anything else? She needs to.
I didn't say I wanted to kill you.
It sounds like she wants to do something even worse. What she wants only matters if she wins, and you're not going to let that happen. A tickling sensation rises at the base of your neck. Flee. We can't keep doing this.
Stay alive. I want to go with the hunted. I want to know what that does.
Or maybe she's a little faster. You avoid her slavering jaws, but she manages to graze you.
No!
Her titanic momentum skinning you along your side.
No!
It's like being sideswiped by sandpaper. How is she that fast?
You're bleeding now.
You instinctively touch your side, testing her claim. It's wet, and stings from the gentle touch of your fingertips. A costly mistake. We can't make it again. We will make it again unless something changes. We have to break the pattern.
I don't disagree, but I'm curious.
Time she's cutting off our escape.
Our game is nearing its end.
Why do you want to eat me?
I don't question who I am or what I want. I simply do. To act is always better than to react. To do is always better than to watch.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you do well to listen to her. Less standing around asking questions, more doing exactly as I say. She's more tense this time. She means this next blow to be the last. The mere thought of moving again makes your bloodied side ache. We're exhausted. We're bleeding. We're still alive. We owe it to ourselves to move.
Man, I like the monotony. But I also feel like now she's tired as well. Nope, we're going again. Again!
Once again, you now avoid the full force of the impact, and once again you are too slow to come away unscathed.
Come on!
You're starting to get tired. You're making mistakes.
I'm trying to be loyal to the
This
hunted.
isn't working. We have to do something. We have to figure out a plan. Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive. We're trying, but we can't keep this up much longer. We have to. We keep up or we die.
You're getting slow.
Ooh! Hello.
She seizes the opportunity, lunging once again from the darkness, fangs bared and claws flashing.
I guess that's all she wrote,
She attacks over and over and over, and each time she leaves with a little piece of you. Too tired to think, but we have to think. We have to move. It's too late. Before you get the chance to react, it's her last fall
nice,
from
dude.
the dark corners of the room.
Not many
unhinging
animatics in
her
this one.
dripping more, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. You do your best to dive out of the way, and
What I get?
you
Dodge a
Partially
creature until you can dodge no longer.
partially. Yes, the princess fails to swallow you whole.
What?
She only swallows your lower body.
Gnarly.
That's just as bad. That's worse, even.
I agree.
It's death either way. At least this will be a faster end. You look down to see that the
nasty!
dirt between is strewn with your intestines, trailing all the way up and disappearing behind her blood-stained teeth. Your legs are nowhere to be seen. You start to go into shock.
Oh,
Princess,
gross, dude.
Bloody saliva dripping from her lips.
Remember that content
Hungry
warning?
gnaws on what's left of you as you rapidly fade away.
A little more
I didn't
rapid
need
would be
to do
nice.
that. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
Well, we're not dead, But you don't have time to protest her premature
Nice.
observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
The den!
You're on a path in the wood. That didn't work. We're going in with a plan this time. We're not getting
Okay.
stuck in another loop, just acting on instinct. We're stuck in a big enough loop as it is. Instinct was keeping us alive, until it wasn't. So what are we
point.
supposed to do? Great, so you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done. So you know more than you're letting on. Yeah, what he said. Of course I do, but believe me, it's in your best interests. The more you know about the princess, the more difficult your task will be.
Weird of you to say that.
Why is that? Having me explain why would defeat the whole
No,
purpose.
I think
There are
now's a good
simply
time,
some things
actually.
I'm not allowed to tell you. It's a hard rule.
Become allowed.
And whose rule is it? Who's telling you to boss us around? We've died twice already, and if you want us to stay alive this time, it's in your best interests to give us an edge.
Agree.
It's my rule, and this conversation is over.
Get new rules.
You make your way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do.
Do I?
So, we need a plan. We've been over the plan. Goad her out of the shadows. Make her show herself.
And what if she doesn't want to be seen?
We'll figure out a way to make it happen. And if that doesn't make her any easier to fight, it will. It's always easier to fight what you can see, no matter how big or toothy she might be. She spent
Pretty
as
toothy.
much time as she could in the shadows. So we're gonna draw her out.
But she's fast. And she's clever.
We're clever too. So this time we're not gonna let her cut off our escape. We're gonna lead her to the stairs ourselves. It'll be a lot easier to deal with her once we can actually see what she is.
But you already know what she is. She's a princess.
Yeah, right. A princess we couldn't see. And one that had big, sharp teeth too. How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing our job?
Sharp teeth.
Why are you
The
confused?
interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Of course that damn mirror's back. And of course he's not saying anything about it. Why is it following us?
What are you talking about? There is no mirror. It's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement. He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us.
Then either way we need to investigate. Might as well get started.
Yes, take the steel claw. You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Odds are we'll need it. Thanks for not putting us in a bad spot.
You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair.
Haven't you been paying attention? We're not hesitating. This supposed hole is blocked by that old mirror.
That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else. It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually. It went away after we reached out to it last time. Might as well try wiping it clean again. What's the harm? You reach forward and wave your hand over the open hole leading to the basement. See? Nothing. Tricks of the eye. No one sense can be trusted on its own. You step forward into the darkness.
Into the darkness.
If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs. No entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
Ooh, I like that.
You
See
say
if we can be
nothing,
sneaky.
maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening
Not
to
the
swallow
gaping
you
maw.
whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. Though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed.
No, I was quiet
Stay
though.
on your toes. We take a step into the shadows, and as soon as she moves, we jump back, make her follow. From there, we trap her in the tunnel, draw her out of the cabin, whatever it takes to get her out of her element. Then we're safe.
Okay.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement.
That's right. Keep steady. Don't let your nerves get the better of you.
There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows. But you've already started your swift escape.
That's stage 1. Now stay focused.
You dive into the tunnel, begin scrambling up towards the cabin. You hear her behind you, claws raking at the dirt, chains rattling, breaths hot and heavy with the effort of the ascent. But the sounds are coming slower now. The breaths pained and stuttering.
Successfully flee.
You no longer sense frantic motion behind you in the tunnel. You risk a glance.
Curious.
She is a broad and sickly creature, her withered and emaciated flesh clinging to bones too large to fit in the narrow space. She managed to squirm her way into the tunnel in pursuit, but now she's stuck, incapable of either moving towards you or returning to the open darkness of the basement below.
So that's what she's become. She wasn't like this when we started. Was she? No, she wasn't.
Looking at her makes me feel sad.
Yeah. Now that we can see her, she doesn't feel like much of a threat at all.
Her eyes look up at yours, wide, pleading. Come back, you can imagine them saying. Don't leave me here. But you shouldn't listen to the sad eyes of a vanquished enemy. She wants nothing more than to change places with you.
If you want us to ignore her, then why would you tell us any of that wide-pleasing eyes begging for mercy?
That's a great point, hero!
All it does is make us feel conflicted.
I'm merely describing things as they are. It's not my fault that her eyes had something to say, even if that something was a ploy.
That's
which,
great, dude.
If I might stress, I pointed out to you.
What should we do about her anyway? Can she still end the world like this?
She hurts. We should help.
We did bring the blade. Maybe we should use it.
Splendid idea. You have a job to finish, and this is the perfect opportunity to finish it.
Or maybe we should try and talk to her.
That's a terrible idea. The first one was better.
Do we slay or do we peacefully approach? I do feel bad for her, but she's trapped. We started this one desiring peace. We're gonna slay. I don't like it though.
Tighten your grip around the blade and cautiously approach the princess. She eyes you with the silent resignation of someone or something that has long accepted its death. You lift the weapon over your head, preparing a lethal blow. Just one strike, and the entire world will owe you a debt of gratitude.
Here we go! Hands! We still didn't get to do it. The hands took her first. But the blow never lands, nor will it ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again.
We delivered the final vessel.
Why now?
Time to see what we look like.
It feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be.
What do we look like this time?
That thing reeks of death. You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
Mine's curiosity. See you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
In all fairness, I don't know if you should do that.
I'd like to be somewhere nice.
Feels too good to be true.
I agree. Yeah, I don't really trust the vessel taker. Approach the mirror. Let's gaze. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. Look at ourselves. What? You're nothing at all. What do you mean? But that isn't right. It can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
What? What do you mean? A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the images in the glass in two. Another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. The narrator. There's so many options! You're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. Who are you? Are you like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry. I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. Are you a part of me or are you something else? You're the one that wanted me to slay the princess. Why? I've met you so many times. Have you been the same all along? I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I? What is this place? Where are we? Mercy. So you're the narrator.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help, after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Ooh, mercy. Okay, so every time I ask a question, a piece of the mirror breaks. So we should probably only ask the important ones. I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away? What are you?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Oh, that's brutal. It hurts. Man. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Oh, that is just... Why did you lie to me? My true identity, okay.
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
I have so many more questions!
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Oh, there's so many good questions, dude. Oh, no! I've only got so many pieces of him left. I guess I probably have 1, 2, 3, 4 more questions, maybe? Maybe 5? Okay. If you made us, then I want you to know this has been torture. If I destroy her, will I be alone? Do you have anything to say for yourself? After everything you've done, do you think anyone deserves to live? Do you know what things won't just be worse? What would it be like to live in a world without her? Does anyone else know about this? I don't want to be a god. You know, it's special. So many questions. Does it hurt? I'm sorry. No.
As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore.
What do you mean?
And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. That's why I had to die.
Okay, I still have lots of more questions. How did you die? I think I want to know that. Sort of already answered that. How did you die?
I killed myself.
Oh,
It had to be done, really. None of this would have worked if I was still alive. Nobody living could know about her.
That wasn't helpful. Three questions left, theoretically. All right. Let's ask how.
With some amount of difficulty. But you're an abstract concept yourself. It would have been preferable if you had destroyed her within the confines of the construct.
I tried.
When I shaped the two of you, I made sure that you were strong enough to see things through.
Three more questions. What were we shaped from?
The cycle of life and death. The endless pattern of creation and destruction. I tore it in two and shaped the fraying threads into you and her.
Two more questions! Anything new? Why would you want to rid the world of death?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
Ah! Run out of questions! Oh no! I think you're out of time. Haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet. Oh, man. I think you're out of time.
So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Brutal. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You're the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin. Whoa. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. Oh, yeah? Okay. Oh, wow.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Bizarre, dude. Is this is this content fine? I don't think this is nudity. I think we're in the clear. Okay, I'll read off all the answers until we're done with this scene. I'm sure it's fine. It's pencil drawings. It's been so long. My heart is ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. I've missed you too. Do you know about the echo? I'm the long quiet, but I don't know what that really means. What happens now? Yeah. Do you know about the echo?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
We have to have death. There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really leave? Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions, and I need answers before I can make a choice. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment? There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it. I was told what was going to happen when we reached this point. I want to talk more.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
I didn't say anything about violence! Oh.
You are devoured. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. But even after the pain of defeat, you returned. The dance is its own truth. It is the movement that
so
matters,
loud.
Not the pause you mistake for an ending.
I don't know why she's so loud. Would you have us fight forever? The dance was good, wasn't it? I don't want to think of a world without you. Are you so sure of yourself that you think the world would stop without you? I won't engage with violence. Ugh! I won't engage with violence!
But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear.
Okay, it's the thorn one now.
And some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, he patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
I agree with you. I'm not going to slay you. I agree that change is necessary. If I'd known what you really were, I wouldn't have been so quick to free you. Of course I helped you. I didn't want us to hate each other. Doesn't matter how I feel. Death, suffering, and oblivion shouldn't fall on others. If we're able to transcend, nope, of course I helped you.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation.
I probably agree. Okay, the ghost one. This is the ghost one.
There is more terrifying than one's own heart. And there is almost nothing
We're seeing
more
everything from her
terrifying than
perspective.
sharing it with another. But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
Thank you for sharing yourself with me. I don't need to share my heart with anyone. I wish I could share my heart with you. You showed me your heart to break me. It was a terrible thing. If that is what it is, if that is what it takes to rid the world of death, I could bear the solitude. Doesn't matter how I feel. Death, suffering, and oblivion. I get it. There's no need for us. Stop the fight early and surrender? No, I want to see it through to the end. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm aware of what it did to you. The understanding you've returned to me is a gift. Your liver drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
I was blinded by emotion. I want that feeling back. That feeling never left. Feeling never left.
Then there's no need for you to fight what we are. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together. Hand in loving hand.
That's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm ready. Oh. I'm ready. I want to leave. Stop the fight early. Or I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective. That sounds like the more interesting option.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
All the blade monsters.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, all at once. You learn to put yourself away and to follow the flow of reality. And you used it to rise above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you.
Sure
Unjust impossibilities pushed you to become something you would never have been without them.
If you hadn't snatched that body away, we would have killed each other. We were self-destructive. Felt so good to finally win, even if it was the cost of my life. Even if the journey was agony, the end gave the struggle meaning. Yes, yes.
And even then, what we saw was not an ending. When I thought I had reached an unconquerable peak, you showed me how much further I could still climb.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Are you starting to see? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? Okay, I'm ready to go, but how do we leave? I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave? I can't let that happen. I can't let everything die. I have to fight for a better world. I'm so sorry. You are cruelty itself. I cannot let you exist. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. Oh, cool.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Okay, so the voice of the hero just came up. Which hero are you? You have no idea how good it is to hear you. I can do this alone. Where's everyone else? How are you supposed to help? I thought voices weren't allowed here. I thought you died when I looked in that mirror. Which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
You have no idea how good it is to hear from you.
There's too many things all at once out here.
The leveling is bad.
Some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there.
I think the background music is too loud. Let's see if we can turn that down.
It's time to resume our dance.
Hopefully that's better.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Oh, see, I don't know, dude.
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Does this mean I can I bring
Here
back
we
into
are.
frame everything? Are we going to go back
I'd say
to
we were
the
back
nudity
where it all
scene? Can we
started,
not?
But I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
I'm hoping this is going to be kosher from this point on. We'll just find out.
Do you need me to describe things?
I can see it. Did anyone else make it?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Why are you so quiet? I think there's another way.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
Yeah, it has. I'm
Stairs.
terrified.
Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
Hey, listen, I'm a Methodist.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little
I'll
menacing.
sit that fence until the sun
she didn't
goes
know us.
down, baby.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
All right.
And
Hey,
there
princess.
you are.
No chains, huh?
Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
I'd like that. I don't want to be a god.
Honestly, me neither.
Are you the same out there?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
Okay, take her hand in yours. I don't know, but I've always wanted to leave with you. I just didn't like being a god. I want to walk through the cabin doors as we are, just you and me. Not knowing what it means is why I want it. We know everything out there, but we don't know this. I want to know this. It doesn't matter what happens or what it means. What matters is that we're leaving together. That's all I want. Ooh, I don't know, dude. I guess not knowing.
I guess when you put it that way, I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Are you going to be okay?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be alone for too long anyways. The others are still around here somewhere. I'll find them.
Okay. You lead and the princess follows. Together you leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend. A comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there's an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see a tension seize her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this. Yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside. You follow her confident steps.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there.
Me neither.
Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
No, that's not what this is!
It's something new. But whatever it is, we'll face it. Together.
This game is so obsessed with the in-love ending. Whatever it is, you'll face it together. Roll credits! Man. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm still so curious. We're going to clip that moment because thank you for making it to the end of a game with me. Appreciate you. Had you seen yourself before that? We had seen our hand. Yeah, we still haven't really seen much of our like body. Every time we've seen our face, it's been in shadow. But yeah, we've seen our hand. We've got the like gross werewolf monster hand or whatever's going on. Man, I'm so unsatisfied. I'm so unsatisfied with that ending. I need more. I need more. Desperately. What's this? Here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. Oh, wow. That's super neat. So this is my playthrough? That's fascinating. So they just go by... I'm so curious. I'm gonna take a picture. Well, I guess, it's on stream, so. Fascinating, dude. Join the Discord. Look at all the options. Follow us somewhere else. Make your playlists. Play our other game. Return to main menu. Oh my goodness. I have so many questions. I have so many questions that I need answers. So here's the thing, okay? Here's the issue with where we find ourselves, all right? There are so many other endings. There are so many options left. We have achieved 22 out of 97 achievements. The crisis in which I find myself is how much of this do we want to do on stream? How much of this do I just want to do on my own time, you know? I'm so fascinated. I'm just so fascinated. Wow. An excellent game. An exceptional game. Maybe one of the best stories of the year. I would say this is probably one of the best stories of the year. Definitely as far as like visual novel elements go. Truly exceptional. Man, dude, I just don't know. I just don't know if we should keep playing or if we should move on to another game and I should just play on my own time. This is one of those games that I now want to stalk everyone that plays this game on Twitch so that I can see their endings and their experiences with the game. That's where I'm finding myself at this exact moment. The issue is that we could do a whole other playthrough, you know? Like we could just keep going with more playthroughs and trying to get other endings. But what ending is going to be as satisfying as the one that we came to on our first attempt? There's got to be more out there. There's definitely I wonder if there's a true ending. I want to know if there's a true ending to this game. Let's do some research. Okay, so it looks like there are 4 endings. No true ending. Okay, no, there's actually 6 endings. Man, there's so much. There's so much to this, and now I don't know what I want to do. Now I'm even more curious about what I should do because I want to know how many princesses were there? And would we always discover those 5 or are there even more out there? Slater?
So, that's how it is.
I guess I can actually... I was only on the dirty scene there for a second.
Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself, but the world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
Gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
A small part of her with us? No, she's not. Leave the cabin.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter. We don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Leave. You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
The path in the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there's even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor, a world free from death. The way of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, or the body, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings, spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it. It does not yield.
She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering. You are free. And before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? And all of us are still here.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
We really did win, didn't we? We're the house now. We get to make the rules. This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
It wasn't unsatisfying. It just wasn't, I don't know. It was very like cathartic. A lot happened, and we wound up choosing to escape with the princess into a kind of unknowing, into a kind of agnostic ending of uncertainty that would never get answered, which was fine. But I don't know. I've Googled, and it appears there is no true ending. I discovered one of the 6, which I'm assuming right now I'm about to discover another one.
The whispering. The coercion, and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped. I could get used to this.
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable. Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it. Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better. Here, here, to our vanquished foe. It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, so that one is Slay the Princess. We did it. So clearly, we are unsatisfied in this ending. Our character.
You're on a path. You make your... The interior of the... You take the blade from the table. The door to the basement...
I think I'm here to kill you?
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Wasn't a joke.
I know.
Titan.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you?
You step forward. Your grip...
Slay the Princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes. Even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Nope. Of course it is. She's dead. I'm not sure. Of course not.
It's over. Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that. Yes.
You're right.
Exactly. It's over.
I ain't touching her.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy. This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of
I think eternity. I did something wrong.
Your reward. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if
Thanks
it's
for your alert,
days
Gobi
or
Church.
months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey, we're not just going to stay here forever, right?
Didn't you hear? I'm happy.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
No, we're happy. I'm
Really?
sure of it.
Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning.
Before I go, I submitted the request and proposal of my bishop for a director of digital ministries position in our conference. Pray for that. Absolutely, Gobi Church. You got this.
Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here.
Best of luck on that proposal.
The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually, you pass into a blissful state of pure
I agree,
existence.
St. Barry. It is awesome.
Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist.
Now
happy.
lurking for real. Enjoy your lurk.
Forever.
Oh! Look at that. We got the good ending. You did it. You saved everyone. Good job. Go us. Look at us. We did it. We're so good at this. We're really good at this game. Good ending. Nice. Nailed it. Killed it. 10 out of 10. Best game, best us. Yeah. Yay, you did it. Love it. Woo, we did it. We got the ending. Okay.
Die.
This is not the ending. I'm doing what it tells me to do. Okay, so I guess this is just a bad article. All right, we're going to play another game because I'm getting frustrated about the fact that I just don't have time, and I feel like this is bad content. So we're gonna close it up. Bad article, and I just can't. I can't guide you guys through a one article at a time testing and experimenting. So we're going to move on to another game, but I have every intention. We got 2 endings. No, we got 3 endings. We got 3 endings on this stream, okay? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 3 of the 6. We got halfway through the game. I would encourage you to go play Slay the Princess for yourself. For me, this game is a big, fat 5 stars. This is a big old 10 out of 10. Exceptional design, exceptional story, exceptional music, exceptional voice acting. I mean, you really can't win any more with a visual novel than you've won with this one. Is it maybe a little too heady? Maybe it's a little preachy, telling a little bit too much of a message. Yeah, a little bit. But hey, you know what? It does the job that it needs to do. It told the story that it needed to tell. And all around, it was incredible in all the ways that it needed to be. So that's a big old 5 star for me. That's an exceptional game.